Assalamualaikum and hi guys, welcome to
Hi.
Chap Wagons. So this is our first episode. They are currently based on our syllabus course. There is issues in human resource management (HRM), and our first episode based on chapter 2. There is managing people. That are current issues about diversity and inclusion. So guys, do you want to know about a little bit of diversity and inclusion?
Yes.
Yes.
So
What is it?
what is it? All right. So
What is
a
it?
little bit of introduction. Workplace diversity can refers to variety of differences that exist among employees in the company, such as gender, sexual orientation, religion, and etc. And second is about inclusion. That is precise of making individual feel more welcome, respect, and value during their working in the organization. So right now, there are many of current issues that are happening about diversity and inclusion. So first, based on my research, this is from filmmalaysiatoday.com. It's about the issue is about discrimination still occurs in Malaysia work culture. Based on their studies in Putrajaya, discrimination still a major issues in Malaysia workplace. The research have found that discrimination make them feel excluded from participation at work, lack of respect, inequality, and also imbalance based on ethnicity and race. So based on these issues, I can say right now, based on my point of view, POV, I can see that in the accountancy or banking industry, Chinese people are still dominating the industry rather than Malay and Indian people. Do you agree about that?
I
Yeah.
agree because
I also have that kind of friends
yes,
Also,
and
who work.
I observed that mostly people, Chinese people, easy to get job because
yes, yes.
and the people and the Malay people who is good in Mandarin speaking will get the job.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mandarin speakers, that is also true actually because yeah, I also learning Mandarin but not that speak that well.
Not a native
It's not
speaker
I'm
lah.
not a good speaker
fluent enough.
and
You know?
yeah, even right now to get a part-time job also, I have seen the job position
They need a
they need a
They
Mandarin
want,
speaker,
yeah,
right?
right. They want.
So
So yes,
for me that
I
is
agree with that.
for me that is a
I think
discrimination and it's
I
still
also think
unfair.
Yeah, because we live in Malaysia, so the
it should not.
uh,
It's supposed not to
And why
put
they
this.
need only a Mandarin speaker, right?
Yeah, because we live in Malaysia, so why we only need a Mandarin speaker rather than you just need to speak English? Because all of us are learning English since standard one, standard
even
one, even in
kindergarten.
preschool also.
Correct, correct. So based on the issues that I read, I have some ways to overcome. Firstly is offer equal opportunities. Second, lead by example. And third, encourage reporting. So for example, equal opportunities, just like we just chit chat just now, for example, why they need to find a Mandarin speakers instead of just being in general. Uh, if you're not able to speak Mandarin speakers, that doesn't mean that your performance of job is still bad
Yeah.
based on my
Yes.
point of view, right?
I agree with that.
So my second point, lead by example, I can conclude that based on maybe the seniority of the organization, for example, the seniors employees or the executive can show us a good example to avoid the discrimination still happening by
By not repeating history by itself.
yes, correct. And lastly, encourage reporting. This is a little bit yeah.
Tangan ko shaking.
Oh, okay. uh, this is a bit more serious, whereby encourage reporting is about, for example, if someone have happen of discrimination, they can be report and maybe some employee regulation may occur. So, from my perspective of view, there are some positive feedback and negative feedback. If you do reporting, maybe you can back up yourself becoming discrimination. But for the negative feedback, maybe the employee that do discrimination can be terminated. But for me, it's still, I think it's still a regular, it's still a healthy process to do because yeah, still discrimination are still occur. Yeah.
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 So that is all about my issues. How about you? What is about your issue?
For me, discrimination is not a minor issue in Indonesia, especially at the workplace.
Yeah.
Talking about discrimination, the past few days, I also read the news about discrimination toward disabled people. It's so disappointing to hear that some of the people in our country are lack of empathy. Some of them think that this population don't deserve to be employed.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree
I
with
I
that?
I kind of hate that kind of statement because we we should like
Respect and
respect.
protect them
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
check,
because
right?
they don't have
even
enough.
though they disabled people, but they should be treated like a normal people also.
Yeah, yeah.
So that kind of things
It's not.
ridiculous for me.
And even me, about diversity, past 2 days, I also read the news big issue, which is about verbal harassment towards different gender, and it's also make me scared to face men. But even though men are not safe also because verbal harassment can be both genders and not be specific only for women. Um, in the news that I read, in Big Issue, which is written by Evie Breeze, she stated that 2/3 of young women have experienced sexual harassment, and for me, it's not a proper thing. The woman, the woman need to protect. The men need to protect them. So if the men sexual harassment them, so they feel unsafe to go to the work. And also, there is one article that I read, which is the supermarket CEO, who is John Allen, also has been accused of behavior, including touching the bottoms of two different women at the employees' annual grand meeting. And it's not a proper, which is annual grand meeting is the place that whole of the company gathering and have a meeting and have a celebration. So if the CEO touching the woman bottoms, so it's not a proper. People will see it, and for the woman, it will be they will feel shame. They will feel ashamed for them because the news already viral.
I could say that is sexual harassment is a really big no among us because that is really really prohibited. Not even in the community, and also we cannot do it in our religious because we have our belief. For example, also Islam did not teach us to do that thing. It's a very bad thing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
give you dosa or sins. So, for my point of view, if employee that are using maybe like catcalls or sexual harassment, they are really they really have to be terminated, or maybe a verbal action must be given to them.
Yeah, I think for me, I think men also are not safe for this kind of
Yeah,
generation
I
because
agree right now.
we're living in a generation Z, or what we call as the youngsters.
Yeah,
The manja generation,
Yeah.
like that.
The childish
Yeah, the
generation.
Chinese
yeah.
generation, because even men can get those kind of verbal harassment by a chat, by
All
a
right. When you
message.
say about that, right?
Why you scared? You scared?
No, 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 no. I'm not triggered because right now
But
if you can see, like
yeah,
the European community are really strong supporting LGBTs. So right now, like Gen Z always play their phones, so they maybe know all the
News.
news through phones and maybe
yeah.
can slowly adopt them to their mindset. That is very also unhealthy for future development.
I think not just the through the phone. I mean like the movies or
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
games. Like games also they include the LGBT contents inside
Even
of
the
them.
movie also.
Yeah, even the movies like Toy Story also tends like they plan to go further about LGBT community
The
because
game. So as a good worker, if you one day you will work in the company. So if you find there's a woman or man that got have a sexual harassment, you need to remember not to judge them. So try to understand their feeling and offer their support. Offer to support them. Be there for them and encourage them to talk to others as well. Next, allow them to heal at their own pace because they will feel not rushed them or try to fix things. And lastly, support their decision even if you do not agree with them, because it is very important to that your friend makes their own decision, and they also need to take space and control back their life on their terms.
yeah, I agree with all of that.
Okay,
Like
so
100% agree. No objection at all.
So we already listened to
Yes,
Fatin, to me, myself, and Yaya. How about you?
how about you? Maybe.
so
What
yeah,
encouraged you that
from
you
me,
do
from
some research that
you
you are
know, I
aware?
have a friends,
All right,
which is Indian friends
all
from my
right.
high school.
You gotta keep it like that. Okay, all right. Oh,
So,
okay.
so he one day he came to me and complained about his work life.
All right.
About what? He complained about his work life. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my friend.
Uh,
My
just a
friend.
friend or
Just a
oh, just a
friend.
friend. All right.
Just
Okay.
a
All right.
friend.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not scared. I'm not shaking.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to explain. So he came to me and said, Kimmy, I have something to tell to you. Okay, then I say what? Just about the racism in my work environment. And then I asked him, what is it? Tell me in details, right? So that you know what? Since I'm the only Malay in that department, so my job position did not like he did not get into the higher. He did not get promoted like his other friends. Like
Oh, I see.
yeah,
So
his friends
you are
also
saying that he is being racist in
yeah
the
Towards
community.
yes
All right.
because his I mean like his boss company
Mm-hmm.
is like you said Chinese people.
All
I'm
right.
not trying to be racist or what,
Mm.
but I'm trying to understand. So she say like he give the higher position to his Chinese community rather than the others races. So I'm like, wow, that's kind of harsh things to do because everyone should get the opportunity in the same way. So I'm like, then what you gonna do? I'm trying. And then he said, maybe he's gonna try to jump into another company. And then I say, no, just stay there. Try to approach him and try to,
improve it.
yeah,
Improving,
improve
yes.
him, negotiate with him,
Mhm.
try to nego. Because I read somewhere in Free Malaysia Today
Mhm.
article, they say most of the racist issue
Mhm.
comes from private sector, which
Oh,
is I kind of agree with that because
Mhm. Mhm.
if we say the government they control everything, right?
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
even though before you get hired in the government sector, there are more always go to like what I say kursus
yeah, cool. Like
for
Training.
training. Yeah.
training,
So the spirit are more patriotism in the government sector rather in the private sector.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not shocked with the news if they say private sector are more racist because
I also agree with that.
because most of the government company they dominance by the Malays, which is we all know because Malays are
Yeah, the majority.
the majority of Bumi Putras, right?
Mhm.
So if they jump into the private sector, that for them it's a normal thing because government did not control them, so they can do whatever they want and they can recruit whoever they want, which their styles and with their style and their culture of the company,
Mhm.
which kind of makes sense for me. And then I don't want to say this, but which I think Malaysia company in especially in private sector should not follow how in France do to the Muslim community
Yeah,
because the France company if the Muslim community wearing a hijab
Alright.
they will ask to
they
take off.
ask
Take
to
it
take
off.
off like that's what we call that
Un-
rude
rude and
uh,
unrespect
unrespect to
Mm.
to
the
the Muslim.
Muslim because it has been stated in the Al-Quran also.
Yes.
To cover the hair, right?
Yeah.
To cover the
So,
outbreak.
do you guys think that the Malaysia in private sector are moving towards like what happens in France?
Right.
Depends on the company itself. I think
Yes.
if the starting organization, the starter and until the bottom, they will continuously do the same. If the person who is in charge in the top one make a change in in the organization, the the uh, the 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 culture will be changed also. So for your friend, I'm advising him to speak up and find a new abilities to show that he also one of the star, one of the
That capable to
capable to
he
do.
deserves
He deserve
to
yeah,
be ha- uh,
to be
promote
promoted.
to higher position.
And I believe your friends also have abilities that people doesn't have.
Yes, like
But
I mean,
maybe he's shy.
my
So
friends are quite what we call that
introvert. No.
not introvert, but he good in everything.
Good
In a simple way,
oh,
he good in everything. Like he knows what he want to get in, what he want to achieve, and everything. But one thing stop him from achieving that top position is because of the race. Yeah.
the discrimination of race.
Yeah.
Alright. So it's a good conversation, you guys. So I can call it it's a wrap for today. Um, my conclusion I can say right now is I hoping for the private sector and also the government sector will improvise to be better in diversity and also inclusion. So because we are towards to future development and becoming like the big eight countries that are
Developed
more
country.
developed
Yeah.
countries. So I hoping Malaysia will be more positive ways in the futures ahead.
Yes.
You agree, right?
I also hope the audience will
Can get what
some of
we want
our
to share.
Alright. So
So
I can say to conclude ending, thank you for listening for our podcast. This is our first episode. And also stay tuned. Our next episode we come covering more intense topic and interesting topic.
and more places to go.
Yeah, and more places to go.
Just wait.
That's all from us. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum and bye bye.
Be good to people.
Be good to people.
Stay safe.
Don't be racist.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.